Now, the first G.I. Joe movie was obviously a huge success at the box office, but what was it about Retaliation that fired you up when you were approached about the role, Adrianne?
I really think it had to do with John, like his vision for the movie and the characters. You know, he really wanted to ground this movie in reality and make it a little bit more gritty and realistic. And you know, he's one of the biggest G.I. Joe fans on the planet, so that also was a big deal. Because you know, if you're gonna have a director do an action movie, you want it to be the biggest fan of it. So you know, I trusted him implicitly.
And DJ, you were a fan of the series
fan.
yourself,
Yeah.
weren't you, and the toys?
Yeah, absolutely, still am. Whatever, it's true. John is, we're close to the same age, so when I got together with him and talked about, you know, his vision for the film and how he wanted it to feel, it was really exciting. It was like I was with a friend and we were kids again, you know, so it just sparked in my imagination.
Yeah, I loved when I was just talking to him when he was talking about planning the mountain sequence,
Used,
how he actually used the action
like
figures and everything.
yeah, he did a whole like playground setup.
And can you tell us a bit about who your characters are and their place within this elite unit, Adrianne?
Well, Lady Jaye is one of the only females with the G.I. Joes. And so she sort of has a chip on her shoulder. You know, she is trying to prove that she should be there with the guys. And I think that she holds her own pretty well.
It's true, she does. I play Flint, who's he's one of the main guys in the G.I. Joe world. And we introduce him in this movie. He's a bit younger, and he's a bit rebellious and doesn't play well with others, so he has to kind of... some things happen to him in this movie that mature him pretty quickly. So.
Everybody in the movie, yeah.
And we've just seen you in Red Dawn and there's Wonder Woman as well. So how prepared were you sort of physically for the demands of this role?
Thankfully, I had that training because this was one of the hardest training situations of my life. I mean, it was really intense, but thankfully, you know, I'd gone through gun training with Red Dawn and hand-to-hand combat with Wonder Woman. So there was a little bit of prep that, you know, I had a little bit of...
Yeah, she helped us.
This film, as you say, it's quite grounded in reality, isn't it? So all of the handling of the weapons and everything has to look authentic, I guess, as well. And you had a real Navy SEAL.
We did, yeah. A guy by the name of Harry Humphreys. He's one of the original SEAL units, and he came over with a bunch of his guys actually that were
in the movie.
They're in the movie, yeah. But they came straight from service, some of them, and started playing with us. So we got a lot of. It's humbling to get that type of training without having to actually risk your life. So it was great.
So they're in the desert scene, are they? The real Navy SEALs that are in the movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, awesome. And what about working with Bruce Willis? What can you tell us about working with one of the original action legends?
It's a dream come true, man.
A dream come true. But he's such a jokester and like a ham in real life. You know what I mean? You sometimes forget that you're with Bruce Willis, the celebrity.
But in those moments on the day when he's like actually shooting scenes, you know, and you're watching him work, you catch a couple facial expressions that you've seen before in other movies, but I learned a lot from him.
Absolutely.
He always brings something new to the table, so it's always fresh, and that's always the best stuff.
And you're quite a tight unit, the three of you, with Dwayne Johnson, aren't you? I really enjoyed that aspect of watching the film. What did you enjoy about working with Dwayne?
He's one of the nicest guys on the planet. I mean, he really is. And he's the way that he is with everybody on set. He always has time for you. He always looks you in the eye. You know, he's very humble and loving towards everyone. Yeah.
Very busy, very famous guy, and there's zero aspect to that when you're actually around him. He's just as a man. Like,
no ego.
The way he treats people around him is inspiring.
Really enjoyed the film, DJ. Adrianne, thanks very much.
Thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
Great.